All right, welcome back to the Trading to the Promised Land YouTube channel. Today we're November 26, 2025, and I'll do a market recap mainly of Nasdaq. We'll start with the news. Today we did have 8:30 news, so we had unemployment claims at 8:30. That was red folder. We also had some orange folder news, so core durable goods orders month over month, and durable goods orders month over month. Other than that, for USD, we had natural gas, which was a yellow folder, and also crude oil inventory. So this mainly affects, if you're trading crude oil or natural gas. At 2 p.m., we did have the beige book. If you don't know what the beige book is, this analysis is used by the FOMC to help make their next decision on interest rates. So that's why some people kind of track the beige book information. Because as you know, the interest rate decisions have been very important for the American economy and also the US indices like Nasdaq and SPX as well. If we go to financial juice, there wasn't too much noteworthy really after 8:30. Nothing that came out aside from crude oil. So we see here at 8:30 we had the US initial jobless claims and then US durable goods. Following that, there was a bunch of UK news, some China news, more UK news. And we also had US Chicago PMI actuals at 9:45. And then here we see that the fear and greed index is on extreme fear, likely because of the talks of the AI bubble, but that's to be determined. Then we had crude oil inventories as mentioned. And we had some statements from JP Morgan CEO. So nothing really crazy as far as statements like this. There was no tweets from Trump or any tariff talks, which is always good. Likely because today is the day before the American Thanksgiving, so I think there was less participants, less news, less volume as well. Today was a bullish day, although there wasn't as many participants. We'll go back to the charts right now. A couple of things that are noteworthy is, as mentioned yesterday, some people determine daily bias by analyzing what the previous candle did, which makes sense. So this is yesterday's candle. As you can see, it closed bullish and it closed above the previous day, which was Monday. So because of that, you could anticipate that today would be another bullish day, which it was. It kind of recovered this big red candle that was Thursday, November 20th. That was the drop after NVIDIA earnings. And it also touched this daily fair value gap that we had marked up yesterday. A couple of noteworthy zones were here, just at the top of this huge red candle. There was a 5-minute and 15-minute supply zone, or move of origination zone, or some people will call it support or resistance. I usually call it supply. So that was a noteworthy area because obviously, as you can see, that's where the price dropped. And it was a huge drop, so it's always something that you really want to mark. So we marked it with this purple area and a yellow line here. So I'll go down to the 1 hour. I had a bullish bias because of what happened yesterday, but also when you took the fib and put it at this low here on the top of Asia. The reason why I took this low is because it was the last significant low before this run up. You see that at 7 a.m. it hit again the 61.8 and then pushed back up. At the same time, it cleared this fair value gap as well. This 1 hour fair value gap, which had already been touched. But I just wanted to note that we had another rejection at the 61.8, just like yesterday. Now, this is not always accurate. It doesn't always work. but it was interesting that it worked 2 days in a row. So I'll just remove the fib and we can continue with our market analysis. So this is the 1 hour. I like to go at least down to the 15-minute when I trade. The other thing that is also noteworthy is that we do have, our previous high of day here. So the high of yesterday, which we can see got rejected here, also got rejected at 7 a.m. You'll notice that it'll be important later on throughout the day as well. So if I go down to the 15, I'll just go through the price action. We see that at 9 a.m. we had a bearish candle, and then 9:30, no, that's 9:15. 9:30, we hit the 15-minute supply zone, and we also hit the 5-minute supply zone. And then we rejected Asia high. So at that point, some individuals may have wanted to take a short, and you definitely could have. I'll actually go down to the 5 minutes so we have a little bit more data. The other important thing about the previous high of day, we also had a 5-minute demand zone here, or move of origination zone, or if you want to call it resistance or support, you can call it that as well. But when we touched the 5-minute zone here, we did drop. So I'll show you here. Actually went back up and dropped. Then we hit the midnight open, which is always an important area. As you can see here, it does create a support. It hit the 5-minute zone, but then wicked back up over it. It also hit the previous high of day. So at that, you can always you can already make a thesis that we may be bullish if it doesn't break this area, because you can already see it rejected. So if we continue to reject the midnight open, went back to touch that demand zone. I'll just 3x this, and had another extremely bullish day until we hit the daily fair value gap. We hit it a couple of times, but we were never able to break it. So it was another interesting day for the Nasdaq. If you were patient, you got paid. Patience pays, obviously. Like I said, there was low volume today, so you really had to be patient. The moves weren't really fast. As you can see here, the Magnificent Seven, Nvidia was green on the day, Apple was green as well, Tesla was green as well, but Google and Amazon were red. Microsoft was green, but Meta was red as well, so it was a bit of a mixed bag. So Nasdaq could have gone either way, but it looks like Nvidia, Tesla, and Microsoft led the way, and 1.71% is actually somewhat significant. Sometimes it's more, but I think that's what pushed price action higher. And also it looked like we probably had the daily fair value gap as a draw on liquidity if you're an ICT trader. But that was today's price action. It really wasn't too bad if you were patient. There were opportunities, even though there were low volume, probably lower participants. It was the day before Thanksgiving, but there were definitely opportunities to be taken. So this is my market recap. Thank you for listening. Thank you, God, for another day, and God bless you all. Take care.